Today we've got an experiment that is entrenched in the lore of the Jayhuahua YouTube channel. We've got a TV deal for two managers. It's a heart versus head challenge. The heart of the channel, Ralph Hasenhüttl, is going head to head with Vincent Kompany. Yes, the best manager from the success that we saw in experiments on the last FM, Vinny Comp, is up against the man who has been a talisman of this channel for probably 3 years. It's only been going 3.5. So it's heart versus head. It's Vinny Comp versus Ralph. Let's get into it. And where are the managers? Well, we have put them at championship clubs. It's Birmingham versus West Brom. It's a battle of the Midlands, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ralph versus Vinny Comp, as mentioned. There's a future transfer to Saudi Arabia in 40 years' time. We have 40 years to get through. We have given... Oh, I mustn't have done it on this. I must have done it after the original save. Basically, what I've done is I've given max facilities to them, as well as... Well, they've changed everything. Not facilities. Finances. And we go to other income, and the other income's there. And it's a £250 million TV deal, basically. Other income deal, whatever. Renewable, fixed, and it runs over the course of the year. Yeah, there you go. Birmingham City for Ralph Hasenhüttl. Let me know in the comments who you are wanting to win and who will you be supporting throughout this video. And at the other end of the championship, it is West Brom and it is Vincent Kompany. Or, as he's known in this game, if you didn't know, Ronnie Fellaini. Yes, he's the Thomas Tuchel effect, aka Matthias Dahm. The Bayern Munich manager, for some reason, due to licensing or whatever, all the players are fine, but, you know, Ronnie Fellaini joins the Hall of Fame of names like Matthias Dahm, Jens Freund, and whoever else you can think of. Let me know in the comments down below of others that are notable for Bayern Munich. So Vinny Comp is Ronnie Fellaini on this Football Manager, and I'd love to know who decides on what this fake name is. Do they just randomly generate it? Like the random name generator is for Wonder Kids, which I will say on this Football Manager is absolutely fucking insane. It's brilliant. There are so many great names. A couple of experiments that are going to be coming on the channel in the near future. We have got some absolutely stonking names. Stay tuned for those. If you've not subscribed already, please do subscribe. If this is the first video that you've ever seen of mine, you're going to think it's a very weird one. Ralph Hasenhüttl versus Vincent Kompany in a TV deal. For long-time viewers, this will make all the sense in the world. So apologies to new viewers that you might be a bit like, going on here? But, you know, got to pander to your audience, haven't you? So yeah, Ronnie Fellaini at West Brom. And if we go to West Brom, once again, I've not sorted the facilities out in this. This is just a vanilla database that I'd set up. Because I did that with the in-game editor once the save file had started, and then when we got to the end of the first season, when it's auto-saved, that's when the facilities will have updated, because I will have updated them on this screen and then gone on holiday into the future. But just to show you, West Brom have got the same TV deal. We've also given them, both of them, I don't know if you noticed on the previous screen, both teams have now got £53 million in their balance. They've got a £40 million transfer budget and about 600k in wages. So they might be able to get going straight away with a few transfers. And there's the TV deal. So we've got 40 years to get through. We will do multiple year jumps at some point. But for starters, we will go 1 year into the future and just see how they got on in the first season. And did they start spending some of that money? Okay, so the first season, here we go. You can see here, West Brom actually finished third. And Birmingham were down in 8th. So West Brom did actually miss out in the playoffs, losing 4-1 to Norwich City in the semi-final. And Sheffield United overturned a 4-2 deficit from losing 4-2 at home to winning 3-0 away at Leicester, going through to the final. And they've obviously, as you can see there, it's got Premier League next to them. They won the final against West Brom, although we did see on the table the team that got promoted, but I didn't pay any attention to it. However, both teams have remained in the championship, and as you can see here, let's go to the transfer history, and they spent £7.5 million. Harry Suter from Leicester was the big name, the big spend for Ralph in that first season. They only finished 8th. West Brom, who finished 3rd, they've already spent £3.4 million this season from Aji Alisi from Sunderland, and they spent only 350k. Oh, Josh Achipong in, Jaden Anthony from Burnley, Mattia Discilio A free agent. But he's 33 now. Got to remember when he was back in the day. He was one of the best right backs. When he played for AC Milan, one of the best young right backs on FM. When was that? 14, 15. One of the ones where I came back to FM actually. Anyway, my T-shirt on inside. My T-shirt's on inside out. Right. Public service announcement. For those of you who are long-time viewers of the channel, again, for new viewers, this is absolutely pointless to you, but it gives you a peek behind the curtain. For long-time viewers who are expecting, who are there with the bingo cards and the dabbers, ready, hovering over the I'm tired section. Yes, I bloody am. We have had a hell of a time in the last few weeks. We've had a chest infection for my little lad, who is 2. Then, as he recovered, the daughter got bronchiolitis. We ended up down hospital all night with her. She was quite poorly. She's getting better. And now his son has got tonsillitis. And he's on antibiotics at the moment. And he has been raging temperature, off his food, so distressed. Like, he wakes up in the night with a temperature like in the 39s. And you've got to get up with him and look after him. And he's just so sad and unhappy. It's heartbreaking. So I've been sitting there doing Toy Story, Ice Age marathons. So I sat on watching Disney Plus, and him just there, just sort of cuddled up next to me, looking all sorry for himself. So we're both exhausted, me and the missus. And my T-shirt's on inside out this morning. So yeah, she's downstairs looking after the pair of them at the minute, while I'm up here spending time with Vinny Comp and Ralph. So yeah. Anyway, enough of that. First season in the books. Shall we go? Let's do first 5 seasons. We'll just do 1 year jumps, and then we'll assess where we are in 2030. Okay, so Brentford, Sunderland, and Leicester went up. Birmingham finished 5th, and West Brom down in 12th. Okay, so let's go and look at West Brom. Once again, they've spent a bit of money early doors in this transfer window, and last season they only spent £16.5 million. Considering that they've got a hell of a lot of money, they're not spending it massively. So it's disappointing from you, Vinny. Birmingham, on the other hand, they've spent £8.5 million already on Kyle Walker-Peters from West Ham. 30-year-old Kyle Walker-Peters, an excellent signing. A very, very staple fullback who can play both sides, and he has been that on previous FMs as well. A very, very handy player for a Premier League team. So to get him in the Championship for £8.5 million is an absolute steal, because he's got very well-rounded attributes for a fullback, and he can play both sides, and he's got a very decent weak foot. So what a signing that is, Ralph. I salute you. And the season before, £15.5 million, they've bought Hussein Hassan from Oviedo, who is not terrible. His mentals are a little bit to be desired, but he's got quite a little bit of flair, technique, dribbling, first touch. He's a very, very luxury player, isn't he? But on the wings, that's exactly the kind of player that you want. Hopefully you can go and do something for him. And he was the big signing last season. Everybody else was quite cheap. I'm not going to go through every single player. Actually, Kyle Walker-Peters on loan, so that was a loan with an option to buy. They've exercised that right. They actually got Facundo Buonanotte from Brighton on loan. He's now gone back to Brighton. He's an emergency backup. I'm not sure why John Caricaburu has got an average rating, no appearances, but he's got 1 assist. So great update, FM. And just out of curiosity, it's Sunday morning at the moment. The update came out the other day, and I am very much aware shouts are back, which I've been championing, and I've been whinging about on stream that shouts aren't there, especially when we've not been doing very well, and I want to berate the team for conceding early. So if you want to go and watch me on stream, go over to Twitch, follow me there, Jayhuahua. We're having a good time at the minute. I've got a new save coming. Should already have started this new save, to be honest, let's be real. Got 5 games left of my Man United save in the second season. We're in the title running for the second season in a row, and we haven't had a chance to stream the rest of that and start the new save because of all the health complications and stuff that we've had going on, because obviously we have our kids going to our family for babysitting and nursery. Well, when they're ill, they don't really go anywhere because we want to be sort of hands-on looking after them. You know what I mean? And nursery don't take them when they're ill anyway. So yeah. Anyway, Yves Bissouma on a free. Yves Bissouma's come to Birmingham on a free. What a signing that is! Ralph is absolutely having an absolute stormer here. Anthony Munda, less impressive. This guy looks pretty decent as well. Go on, Ralph. Go on, Ralph. Okay, so let's go another season. Okay, so the 27-28 season, we've got Leeds, Burnley and Palace going up. Birmingham in 9th, West Brom in 11th. So both teams fell off. West Brom only spent 2.8 million over the course of that season. They've got Aidan Heaven in on loan, who has gone back to Manchester United. He's decent as Aiden Heaven. They've signed no one this season. No one with a loan with an option to buy. £12.25 million though. Ralph's already splashing the cash. Sungutu Magasa from West Ham. Pretty well-rounded player there. Not bad. Not bad at all. I would have thought he's been here on loan. No, he's just signed. Just signed for £12.25 million. So Ralph is absolutely out the gates in a flash. Marcel Washington as well has come in from Arsenal. He come in for free. He's less impressive, but still, for free, can't complain at that. £41.5 million then. So Kyle Walker-Peters, £8.5 million, was just the beginning. They've signed Oscar from Luton, who is a 30-year-old Spaniard who does play cam, like the old Brazilian Oscar who went to China. And he looks fantastic. Oh, Ralph. I'm surprised they didn't do better, to be honest. But £11 million on Lamine Fan from Luton as well, who's actually dropped in value. Okay. You got Chido Obi in on loan from Manchester United, who looks pretty decent, actually. He's starting to really look pretty decent. Okay, well, once again, no promotion. First blood to Birmingham. They have been promoted automatically in second place, and West Brom are in the sorry state of 10th. Disappointing indeed. They did spend £44 million though. They did spend £44 million. The prize signing was Toby Collier from Portsmouth for 16 and a bit million pounds, who does look pretty good. They also signed Zakaria Abuklal for £8.5 million. He doesn't look too bad either. They spent best part of £7 million on Stan Mills from Oxford. There's £44 million. Still only good enough for mid-table, though, unfortunately. Birmingham, then. They're in the Premier League this season. Not made any splash yet in the transfer market. And they signed nobody last season. So they finished mid-table after making some decent signings. And I was like, yeah, that's good. They've done really well there. They actually did sign a couple of people in January. Jayhuahua, but no signings at all. And they've gone and got promoted automatically. Can they stay up? So West Brom are on the move. 6th place last season. They did get into the playoffs, but they did not manage to go up via the playoffs. They spent £39.5 million. Ashley Phillips from Spurs, the big signing. He's been pretty decent on previous FMs. He is a pretty decent defender here. £22 million. Big money signing there for West Brom. They're starting to make a play. They've also spent a few £1 million on a few other players. But the question is, did Birmingham manage to stay in the Premier League? They did not. Birmingham got relegated with Birmingham. They are Birmingham with Burnley and Southampton. Arsenal won the league there. Man United in mid-table. Get me in charge. They got relegated, and this is going to be a problem. But they've already signed a lot of players. No transfers to display. 2 years. Why? They didn't sign anyone in the Premier League. What? Did they have a transfer embargo? I've got no idea how to check if there's a transfer embargo on a club, so I wouldn't even be able to begin to potentially look at that. So, yeah. Okay, Birmingham back down in the Championship. We'll go one more year. West Brom getting into the playoffs and Birmingham coming down from the Premier League. They've both got to be duking it out for promotion right now. West Brom have been signing a lot of good players, spending the money, and they've just gone and won the Championship. Birmingham finished 4th, so we've missed out in the playoffs. West Ham went up by the playoffs. £31 million already spent by Ronnie Falali here. Trey Human, Elia Wahi, over nearly £50 million for Elia, and Trey was just over. Again, in the 2030-31 season, no transfers to display. So both times these teams have been promoted, they didn't sign anyone, which is mental. We did spend £36.5 million here. Big one. Guelet Doué. He looks like a pretty decent right back here. He also plays centre back. Would you play him centre back? He'd do a job. He's more of a right back for me. He's wanted by Saudi Arabia. I bet he's not going to be there in the end of next season. So West Brom are up. Birmingham are not. On we move. Birmingham are champions of the Championship. £18.5 million already spent. Facundo Bernal from Everton. Decent signing. It's a decent signing. And again, nothing. Is this a bug? I'm sure there's transfers coming in. Every time they get promoted, there's no transfers. West Brom finished 13th, so they've survived. Already £40 million worth of players coming in. Dan Neil from Sunderland, the big signing at the moment. And the previous season, £137 million. You've spent £27 million on Kasper Urbanski. Very good player. £47.5 million on Kamel Hassova, a regen defensive midfielder who looks pretty good, doesn't he? There's regen that we've seen. Alex Veron, who's not a regen, but is absolutely amazing. Very broad range of value. 200k a week he's on. Looks like a very good player. Okay, West Brom finished 13th. Birmingham are now joining him in the Premier League. Can they both stay up? So what we got here, we've got West Brom in 16th and Birmingham relegated in 19th. The West Brom have sort of slipped back down slightly. Did spend £70 million in total. We looked at a couple of them. Covington Coderette, another regen, a right back, looks pretty not good enough for me. Not good enough for me. His dribbling's not good enough for me for a full back. His tackling's a bit off. His physicals are good, but not for me, Jeff. And Birmingham already lost £20 million worth of players. Callum Doyle's gone out. We never saw him come in, did we? Probably one of those seasons where like no transfers to display for 2 years in a row, ins and outs. I'm sorry. They definitely sold players and had players coming in. So we're not being able to see some of the activity. Let's insert some hidden attributes. We've got some good players here. They've got David Albornoz. He came in for £10 million 2 years ago in where there was no transfers, of course, wasn't there? There was no transfers. So £10 million for David Albornoz, a 152 player, an excellent acquisition. Yeah, I do disagree that there was no transfers on some of them. So let's look at West Brom's team quickly. Their best players are 151. So actually Birmingham got a better player. We've got a lot more in the 140s though. Jacob Ramsey's there at 147. Ashley Phillips, we saw. Charlie Falconbridge, 149. He came through the youth academy. Wow, and he looks pretty good. His attributes are decent. His name is fantastic. If he came through your youth academy, try and use him. Scott McTominay at 36. He came in a couple of years ago when there was no transfers, of course. Oh no, there might have been actually for West Brom. It was Birmingham that there was none. He went to Arsenal for £29 million 3 years in at Napoli. Let me tell you, I looked at him in my United save in the second season, and he was going to cost me about £100 million. So the fact he went to Arsenal for £29 million is a steal. Oh my God. Imani Stewart, a 190. He's come through the youth academy. They've had a 190 come through the youth academy, and they might be wasting him. He's only at 135 at 21. Oh, bad, innit? Morgan Garmy, a 176, currently 130 player on the loan list. He came through the youth academy here at Birmingham, so not great. Okay, they're back in the Championship. Do we think they're going to come straight back up? I just want them both to survive and be in the Premier League so we can just do a couple of higher year jumps. We're not even 10 years in. We've got 40 to go. West Brom finished 13th. They survived. £56 million worth of players already. Artur Gornicki, he's come in. He looks good. He looks very good. Another regen. Luka Vuskovic, £12 million. He's obviously not hit his potential. He looks a decent player for £12 million. Oh my God. We spent big. They bought Pio Esposito, £35 million for Francesco Pio Esposito. And they've spent £64 million on Yannick Guarda, a right winger. And he looks like the boy, doesn't he? He's the best player in the team. 161, 172 potential. He should get there. He's only 22. Luka Vuskovic is a 152 at a 161. Is he 160 to 190 or 150 to 180? Can't remember. If he was 160 to 190, he's been done dirty, hasn't he? Very dirty. Champions of the Championship. Of course, there'll be no transfer activity to display because why would there be? Why would there be? Any names here that we can see might be new? No, not too sure. Okay, let's go one more season. If they both survive, we're going to do bigger jumps. Otherwise, this video will be about 3 hours long. Oh my God, they finished 19th again. Down again. West Brom 15th. Right, we're going to do a bigger jump anyway. I've decided. No transfers to display again. I'm just going to do a jump. We're going to do a 5-year jump, and we're going to see where we're at in 5 years. Then we can have a little look at the squad as well and see some of the players. Because looking over the transfer history, unfortunately, it's just not displaying. They're both in the Premier League. So they went down, didn't they? West Brom finished 15th. The following season, West Brom 13th, and we were back. So we came straight back up. 14th for Birmingham, 10th for West Brom. Oh my God, West Brom have had a surge. 4th, Birmingham in 12th. Okay, we look established. Salford getting relegated. Man United nearly getting relegated. A Salford derby there. Birmingham in 12th, West Brom up in 5th. So West Brom getting European qualification. And Man United back up in 5th. Birmingham 10th, West Brom 7th. That's the current season. Okay, so we look at the squad then. They've got a player who's got a 189 potential, who's only at 138. Lee Tip, awful. Oliver Barker, again, 18 away at 24. Harry Gray, not hit his potential. He's listed. Quite a few players in the 150s and 140s now for Birmingham, so they've done some decent business. GOX King Barbosa, what a name that is. Now West Brom, it was their best player. Oh, sorry, we're not doing comfortability. They've got a couple in the 170s here. Vesa Ter Arkel, he was signed for £51 million from Feyenoord, and what a player he is. What a player he is. Loads in the 150s and quite a few in the 140s, so no wonder they started to do a bit better. They've never won 5 FA Cups in their history, any of them being in this experiment. Bournemouth have won. Norwich beat Coventry in last season's FA Cup final. West Brom got to final in 2031-32 and lost to Aston Villa. Another Midlands derby. And the Carabao Cup past winners, nothing. Another run-up though for West Brom, 32-33, this time against Liverpool. Most we've got to a trophy, running up. And West Brom have been qualifying for Europe. So, advantage West Brom. What is that moustache? What is that? That's horrific. He's a great player. Insane player. That looks like a moustache that you get from a fancy dress shop and he's stuck it on the wrong way and the glue side's facing outwards. Or the tape. Let's go to the 5 years. So we were 7th and 10th, weren't we, last time out? And then West Brom back in the European places in 5th. Birmingham in 9th. We are slowly climbing. West Brom down in 7th, actually. Birmingham down in 12th. So we have actually fallen away slightly. Back in Europe for West Brom. Birmingham down in 13th. So it's not going good for Birmingham. Up in 10th. West Brom in 8th. Finding ourselves sort of mid-table. 8th and 10th again. Still got Yannick Guarda. 33, sorry. David Napello. He's a good player. He came in. He's just come in from PSG, actually. Dylan Bright. He's a good player. £16.5 million from Chelsea. What a signing he was. No, it's the outfit change. We had a disaster with a code brown and vomit. With the kids, Mrs. Coleman to go and help. Before coming back to do the rest of this video, we had to do some baths and whatnot. And I got drenched. So now this t-shirt is now the right way round. And here we are. Let's go a quick look at the Birmingham squad. We've looked at the West Brom squad. And look at this. Samuel Gronheller. At 22 years young, he looks insane. And he's insane. And they signed him from Sarpsborg for £4 million. Woo! Ralph Hasenhüttl. Ralph. Oliver Barker, who's 29 at 173 out of 175. Jordan Milton, a 167. He came through the youth academy, and could get to 181, and probably almost certainly will at that age. Got Maicon, a 164 out of 173. Loads in the 150s. And 140s as well. Could it be a bit of a changing of the guard? Could Birmingham overtake West Brom? Well, we're going to come back in 2050. I think we were last here, 45-46. West Brom 8th, Birmingham 10th. So we're sort of mid-table. West Brom have been edging into Europe, haven't they? Birmingham have never been in Europe as far as I remember. And then we've got Birmingham in 7th and West Brom down in 11th. So as I said, the changing of the guard has been most certainly started to change. And we move on. Birmingham 6th, West Brom 10th. Then we've got West Brom in 7th and Birmingham are 2nd. Oh my God, 3 points off the pace of champions Newcastle. And then Arsenal in the 49-50 season. West Brom 9th, Birmingham 6th. And then Arsenal again in the current season, which date is 2050. Whatever. West Brom 8th, Birmingham 5th. So Europe for Birmingham again. So the last 5 years, it's been all Birmingham. Ronnie Falali at West Brom. His best player is Zach Hanley, striker, 174. And he was signed for £27 million from Manchester United, who signed him from Shelbourne for £1.4 million. And they've got loads in the 150s as well. They just need a few more players just to kick on that little bit further. Birmingham, of course, with Ralph Hasenhüttl in charge. You've still got Sam Granella here. Jordan Milton did make his potential. He's now 25. Max Clark-Savage, a centre-back, 187 potential ability, 174 current. He is a product of the youth academy and a very good one too. Hugo Jimenez, easy for me to say, 11.25 million from Valladolid. Another bargain signing for that centre-back, 164. Ruben Gomez, another 25-year-old. He came from Atletico Madrid for £101 million, splashing the cash. And they've got quite a few players in the 160s here, which is a huge step forward. And then quite a few in the 150s as well. Whereas West Brom have got loads in the 150s. Birmingham have edged on into the 160s and a couple in the 170s, 180s. So it is very apparent that the changing of the guard is here. And I'm thinking we've got 15 years left to go. Surely we're going to get a Premier League title and maybe even a Champions League. While we're here, shall we have a look at FA Cups? So we've had no wins. Oh no, sorry, 2040-41. West Brom have won an FA Cup. We've got one FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Birmingham have won a Carabao Cup. So we've got a domestic cup each. West Brom runner up there in the Carabao to Liverpool most recent season. West Brom still edging it. They've been finishing higher than Birmingham for a lot longer. And they've won an FA Cup as opposed to Birmingham's Carabao Cup. So Ronnie Falali is doing the business at this juncture. But Big Ralph's come back in a big way in the last 5 years. Let's go to 2055 and see, do we get any Premier League wins? The last time we saw Arsenal win the league and Birmingham 5th and West Brom down in 8th. And we move on. Birmingham 4th, West Brom down in 12th. Oh, the gap is getting bigger. The gap is certainly getting bigger. Birmingham down in 6th there and West Brom closing that gap now in 9th. Season after, Birmingham book up in 5th, West Brom in 6th. Actual same points, goal difference separated the two teams. They had identical records, 18 wins, 11 draws, 9 defeats. It was purely goals scored and goals against that went for Birmingham with a +3, +17 to West Brom's +14, which made all the difference. The season after, Brentford up in 2nd place. Not noticed there a meteoric rise. Birmingham 5th, West Brom down in 8th, so the gap's starting to widen once more. And again, 5th and 6th, again, the same points. This time the record's wildly different, but once again, +17 for Birmingham in the goal difference, +12 for West Brom this time out. 65 points apiece there, and that is the most recent season. So we are teetering on the edge of Europe, but we are doing nothing in terms of actual gaining those places to actually go and win the league, which is a shame, which is a crying shame, to be perfectly honest. We've got we've got the team of West Brom here. We've got Daniel Rodriguez at 180, signed for 725k from Junior. What a signing he was, 26-year-old, the star man at West Brom. Zach Hanley we saw last time. Javier, a goalkeeper, 162. And then everybody else is in the 150s. What are you going to do? Birmingham then. And their team is, they've got Jordan Milton, they've got Sam Granella, who's on the decline now. They've got Eamon Stolinga, signed for £92 million from Ajax at 26 years old. He is a 174 current ability player. He is phenomenal. Peter Schofield, any relation to Michael? He'll break out of Fox River. Little prison break joke there for you all. David Gonzalez also in the 170s and a few in the 160s. Alifa Levy, what a name. Another good goalkeeper. So both teams got very good goalkeepers. Very good goalkeepers indeed. Past winners FA Cups. Birmingham have taken 3 of the last 5 and they are now 3-1 up in FA Cup trophies. And Salford won the Carabao Cup. And 5 years ago, Birmingham won another Carabao Cup. So that's 2 Carabaos for Birmingham, so 2-0. And 3-1 in FA Cup. So Birmingham are now very much leading the way. They've also won 2 Europa Leagues. Hadn't clicked onto the Europa Leagues yet, but 2049-50 and 52-53, beating Villarreal and Man City in the respective seasons. 2 Europa Leagues for Birmingham. West Brom actually have won 3 Europa Leagues back here. So, yeah, 3 Europa Leagues. So actually 3-2 up in Europa Leagues. Okay, so we hadn't noticed that. Are they winning? Are they winning? Well, we're not sure, but we've still got 10 years to go. Let's go to 2060. Surely we've got to break into that upper echelon of teams in the Premier League. So we had the same points, didn't we? And the following season, we went 7th and 11th. Oh, slipping. Then up in 4th for Birmingham. West Brom in 6th. Very close. Liverpool and Birmingham with identical goal differences and the same points. Was it the wins that made Birmingham finish higher? Or head-to-head? Hey, they fixed that. Only on the wins column. It's a start, isn't it? It's a start. Birmingham then up in 3rd. Oh my God, 1 point off the pace. 1 point off the pace. West Brom in 7th. Arsenal and Newcastle, that's 58-50. Is it 58-59? Probably isn't, is it? Then 3rd again for Birmingham. West Brom down in 7th. And the current season, Birmingham are 3rd and West Brom are in 7th. Too much aggro to go and look at the fixtures to see if any final day drama at that point. It's just not viable, is it? Given how glitchy all the databasey bits are. Once it's all fixed, we'd be able to look at things properly. So there's certain things we don't look at properly in these experiments, which is a shame. But the cards were dealt this moment in time. Guillaume de Grave, 178. Big signing for West Brom for free from Feyenoord. What a bit of business that is, Vinnie Comp. And Richard Hasenhüttl, another Dutch player. He came in from PSV for £133 million. So 2 opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of cost, but 2 phenomenal world-class players coming in for West Brom. They're not sort of breaking through though, which is slightly cause for concern. Birmingham, on the other hand, who they got? Their best player is Dario Mendoza, who was signed for 3.2 million from Independiente del Valle a long time ago, 12 years ago. Here he is at 29 years old, world class. Carlos Suarez as well. How long has he been here? £34.5 million from Salford, who bought him for £45 million from Atletico Madrid. And he played quite a lot. It was like he was signed in January, so he was like first choice at Salford, and they made a £10.5 million loss on him. And it was the season he signed him in the Premier League. They got relegated. He stayed in the Championship with them for the season. Then in the Premier League, that's when he left. So a relegation release clause would not have been active, I don't think. The bids are terrible, aren't they, on the regens? The regen faces. That's not too bad. Radocic, £6.5 million from Crvena Zvezda. Still, Birmingham's squad is looking considerably better than West Brom's. Barnsley, the current FA Cup holders, and we've had another couple of wins for Birmingham. We had 5 in a row. Nothing for West Brom. Barnsley v Hull, the FA Cup final, most recently. The game you never thought you wanted to see. West Brom have won a Carabao Cup, but Birmingham have won another 2. So we are streaking clear there. The past winners of the Champions League, well, we've had nothing for the 2 teams, of course. West Brom, though, well, Birmingham have actually won a Europa League here in the last 5 years. But West Brom have won another 2. Was that, 5-3 in Europa Leagues? Birmingham considerably clear in domestic trophies. Cup competitions, no league titles, no Champions Leagues, which with 5 years to go is very, very disappointing. Very disappointing indeed. Let's go that final 5 years. Surely we've got to get a trophy. Premier League trophy. So we had 3rd and 7th, didn't we? And then we won it. Finally. West Brom in 5th, Birmingham 1st. Then they're down in 4th and West Brom in 6th. Birmingham won again with West Brom down in 7th. Birmingham again with West Brom in 8th. And the most recent season, Birmingham won again, this time on goal difference from Chelsea, with West Brom down in 7th. So that's 4 Premier League titles in the last 5 seasons. Birmingham clutch it right at the end, and they have won a Champions League. They've won a Champions League 2 seasons ago, beating Barcelona in the final, and Birmingham at the death clutch the experiment. They've got plenty of 170 players. Ryan Wonga-Soji, what a name that is. Another good name, Bob Flick. Remzi Hugendorp, what a name. What a player as well. The 3 Europa Leagues, more FA Cups and more Carabao Cups, absolutely. They've only added to that total in the last 5 years with 1 more FA Cup. The Carabao, Birmingham and West Brom won a piece in the last 5 years, and 6 Europa Leagues. They also won a Europa Conference League. They're the current Conference League winners, actually, beating Lens in the final. But that doesn't compare, does it, to the Champions League and 4 Premier Leagues of Birmingham. So we have West Brom's team, just to have a quick look. Again, considerably worse, isn't it? Considerably worse. We looked at some of these players before. So we'll look at Birmingham's team as the victors. And there they are. There's the squad with current abilities. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Ralph wins against Vincent Kompany. I think it's the victory. I think it's the result we all hoped for. And he got it. Not as successful as I would have thought, given the amount of money that we gave them consistently. They would have been billionaire clubs who could have spent £200 million every season without even breaking a sweat. They're getting £250 million extra. They would have always had a transfer budget, especially when they get into those competitions. You're probably getting £50 to £100 million most seasons anyway. Plus another £200 million. You could have spent £250, £300 million without even breaking a sweat. Paying quite a lot on wages, attracting big players, winning trophies. So overall, probably slightly underwhelming, considering, but still pretty good, nevertheless. Shame West Brom never won any Premier League titles. It wasn't a bit closer. It wasn't a bit topsy-turvy and back and forth. But there you go. That's the end of today's experiment. Hope you enjoyed. Plenty more of these to come. If you've got any other suggestions for these kind of sort of little manager verses, then let me know. But I've got other ideas that are going to sort of present in sort of similar sort of ways. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, go over to Twitch and follow me there so you can see me playing live with my new save that's coming very soon. And if this comes out before I stream again, which hopefully it probably will, because I've got nothing recorded because of everything that's been going on at home. This should be coming out as the next video after the one that's coming out tonight about £100 Million Wonder Kids. If you've not seen that, go and watch it. If you're managing some slightly lower leagues with less budget, some of these players could be very much worth your time. But yeah, go and have a look at that. Go and have a look at Twitch. I should be finishing off my United save with a title running, and then we're going to start a new save somewhere in League One, we believe, unless we have come up with some other ideas in the meantime. But that's the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Like the video, subscribe to the channel and all that jazz like I already said. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.